Hello, my beautiful people. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's Woven here. Welcome back, family. If you are new, you're most welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber and you're already part of the family, thank you very much for tuning in to our first video of 2023. So, welcome back, guys. I hope the year has started off well. 2023 has started off on a good note for me. I will get into that. Why am I smiling so wide? So I am here to fill you guys in and to really just start the year with the vlogging. I hope you guys have been doing well. I want to thank everybody that reached out to me during this period where I was away from specifically YouTube. I wasn't necessarily away from Instagram, just checking in. Thank you very much. And we are almost at 40,000 subscribers. Thank you very much, family, if you are part of the family. And if you are not, please join us on this journey as we start the year 2023. So where have I been? I'm sitting down to make this video to just explain where I've been. I've heard so many stories as to why I've been away, and I will get to those assumptions. But yeah, why have I been away? So guys, my life is quiet. It's not interesting, but it's been interesting. It's been an interesting 2022. I would like to call it a year of harvest for me, because I've really seen God's hand from the beginning to the very end in my year. So I think it was a year of harvest for me. But then at the beginning of the year, I got into a new role, right? I got into a new role. If you're on LinkedIn, I think it made some rounds. Some people, my friend Antenia Misha, she posted it, so you probably would have seen. So a bit of me, outside of content creating, I actually have an 8 to 5. For those wondering, I have an 8 to 5 job. So at the beginning of the year, I took on a new role. But before that, the past three years, I've seen such an exponential growth in my career. Like, it's been like very quickly. God's like, my child, I got you, we're moving forward. So I got into a new role at the beginning of the year, and I was like, wow, God. Then I just needed to settle in. I had to learn so much. Very exciting role, because I believe I will make an impact in the role I am, because I think I'm in the career line that I'm supposed to be. So I'm very happy when I wake up every morning to go to work. I believe I will make an impact. So I've been excited. It's been challenging, but I've got such a great team. We are a team of about 16 people. But I've also got a very supportive leadership. Very supportive leadership. So it's been as much as it's been challenging, it's been manageable to navigate because of the support system at work. And the working environment is also really a good place. It's healthy. Your colleagues don't give you vibes. Everybody, we understand each other. We see the goal. We are aligned. And so I've then gotten into that role. But at the same time, I took on a project as I was getting into the role at work. Guys, that project, I was like, I need to see this one through. Such, again, amazing support. So that project took some serious time, guys. I remember I'll sleep at like 3, sometimes 2. My family, my partner would tell you as a child losing sleep, but I think it was worth it. And that project only came to a conclusion in August. But in the midst of all this child has decided to take on other responsibilities. So also school at the same time, and you guys would have seen I was consistent. So school, 8 to 5 work, sleeping at 3 work, then you need to make time for school. Then I needed to be a good sibling, sister, and be a good child, a good friend, great partner. So much grace has been extended in that area, but I think I've tried. We'll do better this year. So that was all happening. So that happened along the year, and I really tried to create content and be consistent in 2022, guys. Yeah, so that happened, and then my project came to an end in August only. After that, we're like, let's take a break. So one of my friends and I were like, let's go to Cape Town and just go breathe. Let's go breathe. So we went. You guys would have seen. I was in Cape Town. I was in PE, Knysna, Joburg, Pretoria. I was hopping and skydiving and bungee jumping. I think at some point I went shark cage diving in Mossel Bay. I was all over. My friend left me behind, but without realizing, as much as I had energy, it's actually taxing. You know, I don't get to rest because I'm trying to get in so much content. So that was in August, September, and then you guys would have seen, I think, October, November, for a whole month I was also in Europe. And at some point I just got tired. I got tired. And I'm like, I tried to pick up the camera. I'm like, oh, I'm tired. You can't. And your energy is like, when you, people can see your energy through your videos when you're just forcing issues. So I needed to say, let me rest. So it was such a good year for me, and yeah, starting with the promotion and then at the end of the year, guys, like, child, I'm not done with you yet. You know, God was saying, I'm not done with you yet. I have more blessings in you, and then I have more blessings in store for you. And right at the end of the year, it's like boom, boom, guys. And I went to my resolutions, you know, towards the end of the year, and I'm like, wow, God. Everything I've almost ticked off, you know. Something happened at the end of the year. I'm like, are we going this way? What is happening? I was like, are we pivoting? What is happening? You know, it's like, look at your resolutions. I'm answering your prayers. And I'm like, wow. Thank you, God. So my year ended off on such a great note, and at that point I was tired, but then I also wanted to just celebrate this new season, the accomplishments with my family and friends. So it was really just taking it all in towards the end of the day, and I was like, let me do that. Cameras off, lights off, let me just be. Guys, creating content and trying to be all these things is tiring. So the reason why I was away is just because I was tired, fatigue, exhaustion kicked in, and I was like, you need to rest, right? So I rested. After SA, I think I stayed for a bit here, and then I went to Europe for a whole month, again up and down. And I came back, even my parents were in town, you know, so it was beautiful. And then I ended up going to the village after that. I was like, even the Christmas content, I took up the camera, right? And I'm like, hi guys. I was like, oh, let me just be. But I did create some content over this period. I did create some content, so I'll be sharing it as I bring in the 2023 content. I will share it, so please don't be sure it's like, oh, but I'll be creating a bit more. So this year's focus, right, guys, with us being 40,000 subscribers, being 40,000 as a family, I've realized that I've got a certain responsibility, right, in the way I create, in my messaging, and I just want to zoom into that this year. So this year I'll be creating from a place of comfort, but I also realized the responsibility I'm placed with when you're 40,000 people that are subscribed to your channel from all different walks of life. The other day we were viewing, my boss and I were viewing. We went for a viewing, and this little girl, I think because the agent's daughter, this little girl is, I can see her peeking from like behind the window or behind the door or behind an aunt or behind somewhere. I'm like, what's happening here? Turns out this little girl, she's definitely not, she's a baby girl. She's probably younger than 10. The mom is like, no, she watches your content, you know, your YouTube channel. There are kids playing. If you guys hear, there are also kids playing here. It's a lot going on in front of me, okay? So I was really amazed. And I think the other day I was in the mall again. This mom and her daughter woke up and it's like, no, we watch your channel. My daughter loves these kids. They don't want me to prosper. They don't want me to prosperity in this video. They don't want me to prosper. Why are they shouting? Why did they come out now when I have to film? But it's fine. Please extend some grace, guys. This year we are extending grace in every area of our life, including even when she creates and when she doesn't create. So yeah, I was saying, I was in the mall and this mom and her daughter woke up, and the daughter, I think she gave me a hug. Or she said, can I give you a hug or something? You know, I've seen couples, I've seen older people. You know, the other day I was at an airport and this lady's like, I've seen your village content. Please, here's some cash, my daughter. Thank you very much for creating content. No, it was for my aunt. So I then realized I've got a certain responsibility, right? As I create, I want to create this year with it's always been, but the content must be purposeful and it must be impactful. So that is what we're going to zoom into, to focus into. But also, as I've seen some growth in my life, I would like to impart as well the growth, the knowledge I've learned over the years. So I'll also be sharing a bit of that. So will I still be traveling? Travel is expensive. I will still be traveling, but now when I travel, I want to rest a bit. So I will create content, but it will probably not be as detailed. I'm having lunch now, the pea just fell on the floor. It's tiring. It will probably be a bit relaxed, so it will be a bit of a change. I'll still do cultural content. I was thinking about cultural content, right? And I love that you guys appreciate it, and it's been value adding. I've been getting even messages, DMs, say thank you, I'm actually using this at school with my learners. It's part of my homework, the cultural content, and I'm glad that we appreciate that. But I also want to call you guys out. It's easy to, and then the best thing is like, why are you using a torch instead of maybe lighting fetch? And there are people that are saying you need to keep the culture and the tradition alive. And I pondered and I was like, you're right. But you do realize someone needs to remain in the village to keep that culture alive. So someone at some point, if the grades are done, for kids at school, unless they are those uneducated ones and they're older, those ones will remain in the village. But it would require someone to be in the village to keep that culture alive. And if it's little kids that you're bringing up that are going to keep that culture alive, it means you're denying somebody of an opportunity of proper education after, the primary grades are done in schools. So I was like, it's actually easy for us to be behind our computers typing, keep the culture alive from our aircons and offices, seeing someone carrying a calabash or whatever, but we don't take consideration as to how much needs to go in for us to preserve. So until we all get to a point where we are willing to leave our Windhoek houses, if you're in the diaspora and commenting like this, leave America and go and be in the village in Nigeria to preserve the culture. Let's show a little bit of grace when we see people modernize certain areas of their homes or whatever. Okay, because it's not easy to keep that culture the way it is from the very, very get-go. But there's still a couple of things that I'd like to share. I'll be going home. I love home. So I will be going home and creating content because now I feel I have rested, I'm refreshed. But I also want to do a little bit of, so with my new role at work, I get to do a lot of finance, financial literacy, financial advisory. So I don't do it, I'm not a financial advisor, but my team that I'm overseeing then does a lot of that. So I will really be zooming into that again, just circling back to, I believe I've got a certain responsibility in the way I create content, my messaging, and really just what I'm trying to share. So this year, as the past years, impactful, purposeful, and my theme for the year is purposeful partnerships. So when you come to this channel, I want you to take away something, not just entertainment, but I want you to take something away. So even if it's just 1 or 2 people a day in a video that feel, shoo, woven, that was for me, I am more than happy, if that's going to happen. So yeah, that is really what we are going to be doing. In 2023, we're still going to be traveling, but when I travel, I'll create from a place of rest. I just want to enjoy the time, the travel, the people I'm with, and then I'm going to do a lot of cultural content as well. So when I get a chance to travel, to go home, I will do that. But yeah, it's a new season in my life. I am looking forward to, sharing bits and parts and more with you guys. But yeah, I will be creating from a place of rest. Not much has changed. I still have to school this year. I need to do YouTube. I need to be a good colleague. I have targets at work that I need to meet up. And an aunt to Yellow and Loteka and the rest. But yeah, thank you very much, family, for sticking around till the end of the video. Yeah, we're going to do a bit of finance talk. So yeah, that is really focus for 2023, and that is where I was. So guys, I don't think I'll be doing videos to explain every time I'm away, because ain't nobody got time and you guys don't want to be hearing where I was. So if you see me away, I am really just resting, you know, or either work has really taken my focus or school. So either all these equally important things have taken just my attention, or I need to rest. And towards the end of the year, I realized I put in my effort so I can reap. Sowing season, beginning of the year, mid-year is sowing season, so I can reap my harvest at the end of the year. So I'll probably be seeing a lot of so towards the year will probably be my months of rest, right? So if you do see me go off from social media at some point, it's just because I need to recoup, I need to rejuvenate, I need time to just rest. And that's why I will be going away. And I encourage everybody else in whatever area of work, YouTube, whatever, when it's time to rest, please rest so that you can come back refreshed with new ideas. And oh no, but yeah, that is where I was. I am happy to be back. And yeah, that is really me, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will try to be consistent, at least one video a week. You know, I'll try that I can try, I think, up until a point where I'm tired. But yeah, whatever content we'll be putting out, whether it's entertainment and travel, it will be impactful. You know, whether it's just to motivate you to travel, get out of your comfort zone, try something different, that's what we're going to do. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Again, thank you very much for your grace, you know, for just understanding and sticking around. So I will see you guys on the other side.